RuneScape has changed forever by taking away cosmetics in the video game. Now, cosmetics have been in the game for about 14 years now, ever since the Treasure Hunter or Wheel of Fortune, the microtransaction system that introduced gambling to the game, was introduced. Cosmetics have also been a really big statement of just player expression in general, and I believe that cosmetics are a very important part of the video game. However, I do know over the last few years, they've gotten a little out of hand. A lot of particle effects, a lot of overstimulation, a lot of busyness going on RuneScape, and I think that adding in the cosmetic toggle was a very important change. Hi, my name is Edimus. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoy it, and let's roll right into it. Be sure to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subs by the end of the year, and I also like to live stream, so if you want to catch one of those, be sure to do that, man. And let's roll about it. So talk about cosmetics. So if you don't know anything about the cosmetics in the game, let me walk you through them. There are pretty much a few categories of them. There are buyable cosmetics that you could earn through just paying real more money for them that you can buy directly on the store now. A lot of these were famously earned through microtransactions, through in-game gambling that is no longer in the game. That was through Treasure Hunter. And then additionally to that, there are ways. So if you don't know anything about the cosmetics in the game, let me give you the quick TLDR. There are buyable cosmetics, there are earnable cosmetics, there are cosmetics that are introduced to you for free through in-game play, there are cosmetics that you earn through achievements, and there are cosmetics that you get as a drop from other players. I am wearing a mixture of all those things right now because I have the cosmetic toggle off at the moment. That way I can see what people are wearing for their cosmetics and some people what they're wearing for their actual gear. Traditionally, if you are going to hover over me, you're not going to see what I'm actually wearing. If you wanted to see what I'm actually wearing, I would have to either disable all of the things that I'm wearing currently, and then you would be able to see all of my gear, or you would go into your settings, and from your settings, there would be an option to hide other players' customizations. And from here, if you were anywhere near a player that would have customizations that were an override or that would be covering what your actual gear would be, that would be turned off. You can also hide other players' custom animations, which are just kind of like if you were wearing an animated walk that wasn't the traditional walk. Say you wanted to use the Revenant walk, you would not see this. You would only see the player standing as they would normally. Now, this is what you would be seeing when you have the cosmetic toggle off for myself. You would be seeing that I'm wearing the Elite Draculate armor with my Bow of the Last Guardian. You would see that I'm wearing the Amulet of Souls along with my Igneous Calzuck, which is the best cape in the game. I'm pretty much wearing the best in slot range gear that anybody should be thriving for if you're going for range items. Now, if you're this guy, level 103 Urkrok, this guy would have no idea what I'm wearing, right? But he would witness me and just be like, yo, dude, what is he wearing? And then you could just right-click, examine me, and then he would be able to see all the gear I'm wearing. Now, if he was wearing a bunch of cosmetics, like if this guy was, so let's take these off. Let's go to cosmetics again. Turn off the customizations. And then if this guy was wearing cosmetics, you would see that he's wearing cosmetic gloves. So right now, he's not actually wearing gloves. He just has an overlay of them. A lot of people didn't like these, and this is a great example of it. This would have a lot of particles added into the game, which could, one, just kind of make like an overall bloat, because if you have 1,000 players wearing all the same thing, this would be kind of annoying to look at. And it would be kind of immersion breaking, because it's like, what is this? This is, though, a quest item unlocked from a quest in the game that the player has to complete to earn. So he went ahead and unlocked this from playing the game. And there are a lot of cosmetics in RuneScape that are unlocked through in-game playtime. And some of the most prestigious ones, like for example, the combat mastery auras, those things have to require you to do some of the hardest content in the game, be the complete min-max top 0.01% in the player base to be able to earn a master aura, which is a giant red blood thing that comes around you, or even crazier, the Grand Master Aura. If you have the Grand Master Aura unlocked or the Master Aura unlocked, you would not be able to see this if someone has their cosmetics turned off. Now, again, this could be it is a lot of decluttering for the world. People would not see this, and it would be a lot easier to walk around and to see what people are doing and just go from there. In my personal opinion, I think that being able to see the things that people have earned in game is perfectly fine, because that is part of the identity of this game. You can earn things and you can play. I just clipped through that wall. I just clipped through another wall. They're still ironing out these spots, but there's a lot of things in here that you would be able to earn in the game that I think is really, really cool. And I'll give you an example of something for myself that I believe is a really, really good example of a cosmetic earned in the game that is a pretty prestigious item to get, that a lot of people are going for at this moment, all the time, 24/7 inside the world of RuneScape. And I'm going to show you exactly what that is. This is going to be the completionist or the master completionist cape. So let me show you right here. This is the Master Completionist Cape. The Master Completionist Cape is something that you get for getting 120 in every single skill in the game of RuneScape, as well as earning the Completionist Cape, which requires a quest cape maxed out in every single skill, including all the skills that go up to 120, and it also requires a bunch of other achievements. This game is very, very long, and it takes literal years to be able to complete it. For myself, it took me like 12 years to get my Master Completionist Cape, even longer, really, because there was like breaks in between and stuff like that. But this was an item that I sought for and worked really, really, really hard for. At the time, at the moment, this could be more of a flaw on Jagex for not improving why this cape should be used. This is a cape that is not necessarily used for a lot of things. It has a couple perks on there. It has best in slot stats for defensive reasons, but there's not really ever a reason to want to use this cape. There's no additional perks to it that would make it useful in PVM scenarios or any other scenario out there. That the Igneous Kalzuk, which is primarily offensive and made for combat, that you would not be wearing. Most players you'll see will have a variant of this cape, and this is pretty much what you're going to be seeing at all times when you're looking at high-end or mid-level combat scenarios and combat players. This is a very standard loadout that you would end up seeing. But the fact that because this cape is a free cosmetic for me that I have earned, no one will ever know that I've actually completed the Master Completionist Cape, which is kind of a big thing. And in a multiplayer game, when you're trying to show off some status, kind of show off like, yo, dude, I'm actually king of the castle. I am the guy that did the thing. You know what I mean? And those types of things are really, really important because it shows and creates not necessarily a hierarchy, but it sets an example of like, yo, dude, I could do this. I could be this guy. And that is a huge motivator for myself. Like for me, I would see people walking around with their 120 invention capes. I'd see people running around with their 99 skill capes, and I would just want to be that guy. But that is a huge problem as well in itself, which kind of makes this a double-edged sword. If everybody's running the same exact cosmetics and like hiding their capes, if I was always in a non-cosmetic state, you would never know that I'm actually wearing the Igneous Kalzuk unless I turned off all of my cosmetics. And that was a big problem that the game was experiencing. No one really knew what everybody was wearing. And now, because you have the cosmetic toggle, when you can turn that off and you can just purely see what everybody is wearing, I'll do it right now because we got a few folk over here who are inside their cosmetics, not necessarily showing what they are wearing. We're going to show you right now. Now, with the cosmetics off, you can see that the people around me are in a various number of things. You have a guy right here in the best in slot mage gear, which is 2 against armor with a fractured staff of Armadil. The fractured staff of Armadil is dyed, which is another level of cosmetics as well, and we're going to get into like the overall price and hierarchy for a lot of these other things in a moment. But again, he's wearing an Igneous Kalzuk cape as well. He's got his full 2 against armor on. You can see what equipment he's wearing. You got this absolute Chad right here in full bandos with an abyssal whip and a mirror shield. Like, this is really, really cool to see, and I believe this is a natural way for a lot of people to be introduced into the game. I believe that if you are coming into the game for the very first time, hiding cosmetics should be the default setting that is in the game, because I think it's very important for new players and people that are coming back to the game to see something for the very first time and be like, yo, what the heck is this samurai doing over here? What is this cape he's wearing? And then you can learn that he's wearing a clan cape, he's wearing Tetsu armor. How do you get the Tetsu armor? How do you get this maul? Like, these are very important questions that drive curiosity and drive people to want to check out other things. However, caveat to that, if you are in a cosmetic free state, you may never know who a Grandmaster is in this game outside of a chat badge. You may never know who's a master in this game for combat mastery. You may never know somebody that unlocked the Tumikin's aura. This is a time-limited aura when a boss was released. This is like your world's first race with someone inside of the very first set of the release of a boss. Did it in the hardest and rage. It's a very difficult challenge to do, and this is something I'm very proud about, and people aren't going to see it. Now, that is kind of upsetting for someone that has worked really, really hard for these types of things, and I understand that, like, it is important for people to customize the game however they need to, but I also think it's really important for people to know that these things are available to them down the line. Because if you're doing the same exact activity, you're wearing the same exact thing all the time, it gets visually kind of boring to see the same exact gear all the time. And let me show you a great example of that. Here we are at the level 95 Divination Colony. Divination is a gathering skill that is literally improved by having a social gathering, because it helps these nodes extend and give better XP per hour. Everybody accumulates in one world, and they are all wearing the same exact thing. Can you spot it? They all wear this beautiful Elder Divination outfit. This outfit is fantastic for skilling and for divination. It provides a lot of buffs and a lot of ways to maintain your skilling, and this is something that everybody in this exact spot are wearing. This is, not gonna lie, it looks kind of cool to see, but I guarantee you it wears off after a little bit. The one thing that is not toggleable at the moment are people's pets. So you do see a wide range of people's pets, including skilling pets. You got a cosmetic pet that you buy, pets that you earn in the game. There's a wide range of kind of pets that are here at the moment. Even a super rare pet right here. I believe this guy you can only earn from, you can't even earn them in the game anymore. You got them from like a rare event, I believe, like a few years ago. If this was a cosmetic free world and you can hide their pets, you would not see this. These would all be the same exact pet of a Muspet, because they're going to be adding in hiding your cosmetic pets. And there's a lot of pets in the game that are currently that you can only earn through in-game playtime, and that's going to be most of the cosmetics you see going forward in the game. Now, I think this kind of thing is kind of boring. Not gonna lie, I would rather see a lot of other people's things, as maybe that's something that I'm used to. But as someone who's plays a lot of different video games and a lot of other social games that include social spaces like this, it is kind of cool to see people playing and like role playing or cosplaying however they want to see. There's a guy that plays it dresses as Luffy from One Piece. You got people dressing up as like Homer Simpson. There's so many different types of characters that you see running around the game. I think that kind of player expression is fantastic. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that it is optional. You do not need to come over here and blend in with the masses. You can end up picking a different cosmetic and play however you want to. One of the cool things is, though, you can still wear your cosmetics even though you have your cosmetics for everybody else turned off, so you can look however you want to. But that may break the immersion for some people. That kind of broke mine. I kind of wish that it made mine turn off too. That way I blend in and can mingle with the crowd. But it is kind of odd when you are looking at other people's items that they all look the same. And there are a ton of items in this game that you have to earn anyways through regular gameplay, and that is your keepsake box. The keepsake box is something that you pay either with in-game bonds or in-game currency, or you can pay real world money. And then any item you physically earned in the game, you may keepsake inside this box, and then you permanently have the cosmetic override for it at all times. For example, these robes, these are my very first robes that I ever hunted for Fashionscape, and these things took me like 8 hours to get. It was a very, very long, tedious grind to get these robes, and I love them very, very much. It's a very, very cool item to hold, and a lot of people are curious what these things may be. I really enjoy seeing players like the types of grinds they end up choosing. For example, the armor that I'm wearing right here, the Ketsi armor robes, these things are earned by killing rune dragons, and it's a 1 in like 7,000 drop chance to get one of these robe pieces, and I have managed to catch myself 3 of them. I am currently trying to hunt the full set, and it is a little odd that when I finally earn the full set, which is incredibly rare to see players owning the entire set of Ketsi robes, that it's just kind of weird, because I know like a lot of people probably aren't going to see it, but at the end of the day, I think it matters what I see, because I'm the one playing the character. I'm the one seeing this all the time. And the option for other players to be able to be like, yo, dude, I don't really give a hell. I don't give a fuck. I don't really want to see it. I think that's perfectly fine too. Only thing I am having a gripe on is that I wish that you can see people's things that they've earned in game. Like, this is a very cool thing to see. Seeing the completionist cape, the trim completionist capes, the trim master capes, a weird random dude with a master max cape is going to be really, really, really cool to see as well. These things are motivators for other players that want to keep playing the game and check them out as well. Again, with your inverted capes that you earn every single year, these things are going to be pretty much keepsaked on the dot immediately, and you're not really going to end up seeing them. And it helps with the visual variety that the game provides. I believe that the cosmetic idea was a fantastic idea, and I fully support it even when they were doing the beta testing. But I do feel that there needs to be a way to introduce variety in terms of your skilling outfits, even though they are cosmetic items. I believe in old school, the way they do it is like you have like the shards of this outfit, so you still get the benefits of the Elder Divination armor, but you can wear something else, because people do get bored of looking at the same exact thing for their 40-hour grind. Definitely feel that. But again, your cosmetics are individual to yourself. I have everybody's cosmetics turned off in this moment, but I can see how I look like dripped out. I think, though, for other players, for themselves, they could just turn off the option and see what other people are wearing as well, and then you can see other people dressed up, and then there you go. They're good to go from there. It could be kind of weird to see. I think Right now, with the option to just be able to log in and then you can see people's cosmetics is great. I do hope that they introduce that, when you log in the game, if you don't want to turn off the cosmetics, you can just go ahead and turn them off. Overall, though, I do think the change to take off cosmetics was a really good change and something needed for decluttering, and I am excited to see what else they introduce, and I hope this motivates Jagex to kind of clean up a lot of the armors and armor sets and add a little bit of variety. Nothing crazy. They don't gotta be bloom and particle crazy, but at least fix up a few of the repetitiveness that you see with people when you have all of the cosmetics turned off. That's all I got to say about it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that YouTube jazz. I'll catch you in the next one. I also stream here on the channel as well and on twitch.tv, trying to go for partner. Thank you so much for watching. I upload YouTube videos as much as I possibly can. I appreciate your time. Catch you in the next one. I'll see you in Gilnor.